Hey everyone, welcome back to Gamecasters, and I'm returning to a series that I started a very long time ago, and sadly I never actually continued with it. I think I only did like 2 episodes, so as long ago as that was, I'm just gonna go ahead and start a new one. We didn't get that far in the last time, and things have changed a lot over the years. So now that things are finally kind of plateauing off with the channel and stuff, um, or however you want to say that. I don't know. My brain's kind of all scattered, but let's just play some Fallout New Vegas. I had an idea a long time, or well, I'd say about a couple years ago, and I did this in Fallout 4. Played a character called Meat, and Meat is a all strength, all endurance, just absolute meatball of murder, I guess I would say. Uh, as long as that word is accepted here. Um, but anyways, Meat punches his way through the game. Um, there's not really any diplomacy or a whole lot of conversation that happens. Usually, the only people that actually survive against him are the ones that speak to him the way he speaks to others. And the way Meat speaks to others is very dumb. So, as you can imagine, very few people survive this. So anyways, let's just jump into this. I went ahead and got through the character creation. I've got all the, what are they? The DLC packs or whatever. I have the Ultimate Edition on Steam, so it comes with all the bonus stuff, the canteen and the extra weapons and all the starting stuff from the old days of pre-order bonuses and stuff like that. But yeah, I went through the tutorial, get all that done. I'm not gonna bother talking with Easy Pete. Hang on here. Is my audio? Where's my voice? I can't hear anyone talking. We're gonna go ahead and turn down radio. I don't know if there's any copywriting to the music, so we're just not gonna risk that. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save this real quick. I'm gonna load back into the game because for some reason I think when I tabbed out to start the live stream, oh, that's weird. I can't hear any of the game sounds. That's odd. Well, geez, I just started this. I'm already having trouble. Apparently tabbing out just makes the game lose its mind. Well, hang on one second, guys. Let me try restarting the game. Brief intermission. I know this is horrible. Just started the live stream and already having problems. Okay, there we go. I'm starting to hear menu sounds, which is great. Okay, yeah. Sounds are working again. I don't know what happened. That was weird.
Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer?
How would Meat respond here?
Yeah,
Survive.
I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
So this is going to be a section of the game that's going to be the only time this is ever going to happen. Meat doesn't use guns. Meat is all unarmed and melee weapons. He's very anti-technology. He's very anti, like, medicinal things. The reason he was named Meat is because he basically survives off of
Now,
meat.
see the
He'll
sarsaparilla
use
bottles in the
healing
fence
items
there?
if he absolutely
Take
has
this and try
to,
to hit a
but
couple of them.
meat is all about meat. What if I just unequip this and
Everything all right? Until
so I actually have to shoot these.
that's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. No shot. Well, that's a start.
Well,
But I don't reckon you...
I've never actually done that before.
Hey,
So I guess the game, no matter what, registers that you hit the bottles with the gun, even if you knock them down. I was kind of hoping if I knocked them down, she'd just be like, that's not how you're supposed to do that. I've never actually tried that. As many times as I've tried, or have played Vault New Vegas, I never actually thought about trying that. Okay, so nobody, I didn't expect anybody in Good Springs to die to me early on. Obviously a lot of quest lines aren't going to happen due to Meat's playstyle, but that's alright. So I guess our first goal, see, I have Wild Wasteland turned on. I figured that's kind of, poetic for Meat standards. I guess we're just gonna wander off and see where Meat goes. I know there's a couple of locations that I will be avoiding just because I myself am aware of what is in those locations. One being what is it, Sloan, where all the death claws are. Meat, I don't think, can punch his way through a death claw early on. This is Fallout New Vegas, not Fallout 4. I fist fought the death claw in Fallout 4 at the beginning of the game without the power armor on. It sucked, but he did it. But it sucked. Fallout 4 was a little more forgiving with death claws, though. They were scarier, but they were more forgiving. So we're just going to avoid those the best we can as Meat in this game. It'd be a very short let's play of the game if we were to do that. So we'll play it a little bit smart on New Vegas, just to kind of get some enjoyment out of doing this. Now, the only difference is there's not. Well, I guess New Vegas did have some unarmed skills you could learn, but the problem is actually learning them from the people who teach you them, because those characters probably aren't going to take kindly to Meat. So we'll have to see where this gets us. How far of a range do I have? Alright. Okay, so punching early on is an awful idea. Let's use our machete. There we go. I did go ahead and take... Oh, I got some meat. I went ahead and took the heavy-handed perk. Your melee and unarmed attacks do more damage but less critical hit damage. Just because Meat doesn't have a lot of luck, and luck is, as far as I remember, tied into your critical hit damage. So you gotta be a little bit more careful on that note. There's a lot of enemies I'm not looking forward to fist fighting in this game. It's actually been so long since I've played this that I forget a lot of the enemies that you can encounter in the DLCs. The one I remember the most is Old World Blues and Lonesome Road. I remember those DLCs very vividly. However, uh, Dead Money and oh, what's the other one? The one that you go up into the mountains or whatever, and you meet what's his name? The guy from the Legion, the burned man. I forget what his name is. It's been so long since I've played. Some of these characters' names have been lost to my memory. Which is, you know, it's actually kind of satisfying though. Like, if you haven't played this for so long and having forgotten a lot of the stuff that happens on it, like, yeah, as I'm walking around, I'm starting to remember things.
Where the hell do you think you're going? Prim is off limits.
But, like, it's kind of nice playing the game as if it's sort of new again. Like, yeah, as I come across things, I'll be reminded of them, but I don't, like, remember 100% of the whole game. Like, I couldn't just load it up and, like, oh, this is where I should go first, this is where I need to go, this item is here. I forget a lot of these things. I remember some of the items, but I don't remember how to get most of them, so it's going to be kind of a learning curve again. I still remember all the, like, mechanics and stuff, the gear and the repairing and the aid items and the crafting and stuff like that, which I guess crafting in New Vegas wasn't very fleshed out. There were some cool things about it. I like the ammo crafting. Ammo crafting was one of the coolest things about this game that I remember. Being able to get, like, incendiary ammo and armor piercing and all those different kinds. Stuff that actually mattered when you were fighting certain enemies.
It's your ass. Don't say you weren't warned.
Well, the NCR is about to be mad at Meat. You just talked to him wrong. You done goofed. Oh yeah, we'll go ahead and take the helmet. Reputation falls no matter what, right? Like, nobody has to witness you killing them for the reputation to drop. That's ammo. Meat doesn't need ammo. I will loot bodies of ammo and stuff and weapons just because I can sell them and exchange items. Because that Meat does know the general basics of trade. Some traders don't survive, but any trader who sells meat is Meat's best friend. Any trader who sells meat is a person who can survive. So there's a very specific there's a very thin line of who is on Meat's side and can speak to him however they want to.
I'm Sergeant McGee of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion.
Okay, so the NCR doesn't hate me yet, but I have killed my first disrespectful character towards Meat. The line between disrespectful and good and stuff to Meat is a completely different variation of what most people would consider. I'll let that one slide. You didn't sound mean when you said that. Meat does know landmines. He learned a long time ago that not everything can be punched, and not everything can just be ran through with brute force. However, that is the preferred Meat way. But Meat likes his limbs. Meat doesn't want to become meat. To put it kindly, Meat wouldn't be alive very long. Meat doesn't want to die. But Meat knows better than to put himself in a situation where it could endanger himself. Meat will fight anyone, but Meat won't just run into explosions. Oh man, yeah.
I'm hit.
The agility is so nice with melee characters. So nice. Such fast melee attacks. And that extra VATS points. Action points. That's what I'm looking for. Fantastic. Another great item, or great thing about being a melee character and a heavy strength character is, there's a lot of benefits to meat. Like, as much as it, like, I mean, if you were to play a strength character, like, legitimately, melee characters are overpowered as crap in Fallout. Point being, you can literally, you get, like, almost max carrying capacity right out the gate, as far as strength goes, and if you go heavy endurance, you have so much health, and if you go in agility, to be faster at meleeing, you can attack faster. Like, there's so many benefits, and having the strength, your melee damage is stronger, you get the carrying weight, the endurance, I forget what all does endurance affect. I know it's health, but there's got to be something else under endurance. High endurance gives you bonuses to health, environmental resistances, and the survival and unarmed skills, at least in New Vegas. So unarmed is affected by endurance as well. And environmental resistances, I think that helps you with radiation resistance, so that's also another great thing. And then agility is number of action points, and it definitely is affecting my speed with melee weapons, because you normally don't attack this fast. Like, that is insane. I'm actually curious to see how fast I attack with, like, heavy melee weapons, like a super sledge or a sledgehammer and stuff like that. Because meat was fun in Fallout 4, but there's a lot more customization to characters in New Vegas than there was. Oh, I just, took his head off. But then there was in 4. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people that's saying, that Fallout 4 wasn't a decent game. But there's definitely bonuses to both games. New Vegas gives you more options. There's more conversation, there's a lot more character customization, whereas Fallout 4 worked more fluently, or fluid, or whatever. You guys know what I mean. Like, the mechanics were smoother. The movement was awesome. Using power armor in Fallout 4 was awesome. Your character being able to speak was a nice bonus. But there's definitely a lot of things that 4 was lacking, that New Vegas was lacking. But at the same time, in reversal, it would be awesome to have a New Vegas game, but with the movement and stuff of Fallout 4. I don't like that power armor uses fusion cores. I'm one of those people, like, for so long, power armor was just armor. It didn't require anything. It was good that way. It didn't need to be changed. It makes sense, but we're so used to how power armor has worked now that it kind of sucked when that was made a thing. But maybe I'm just stuck with the old ways. I don't know. Sometimes change is good, but sometimes change sucks. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like, 4 was a good game. New Vegas is a good game. But there's definitely things I would change about both. Now, was there things I would have changed about New Vegas before I had played Fallout 4? Probably not. But after seeing what could be, made me want those things. Which I do, if I remember correctly, I think there's a mod coming out for Fallout 4 that brings Fallout New Vegas to Fallout 4, isn't there? I remember that being a thing. I don't know if maybe I'm wishfully thinking, but I'm pretty sure that was a thing. But I'm not 100% on that. I'm pretty sure, though. And if it wasn't a mod for Fallout 4, it was a mod for Fallout New Vegas that was bringing Fallout 4's world to it. But I'm pretty sure it was Fallout 4 was bringing Fallout New Vegas to that game. So they could have the movement and everything. Basically everything I was just talking about. Let's get our... The first skills that Meat's going to be upgrading is melee, unarmed, and repair. And that's only because repair is required. I should get this, just because most of the NPCs that you fight are male. So that gives me a damage bonus against them. The conversation choices aren't going to matter at all, but the extra damage is nice. Which Meat will have no use for anything that is conversation focused, so... Well, I just obliterated the bandits that were in this place. Like one on a stick, that's Meat. Wasn't it, is it iguana on a stick or is it iguana bits? Or one of them is actually like cannibalism, whatever, human, isn't it? I remember that being in like a Fallout Facts thing or something. For those of you who haven't seen that video, yeah. I remember that being like some kind of hidden thing. Like they call it iguana bits, but it's actually... Yeah. It was created by cannibalists.
I don't suppose you came here to rep? Oh, I'm Deputy Beagle. I'd be most grateful if you would... I must say it's been the low point. Oh, that's... Then I'll
Meat doesn't require help. Meat relies on no one. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't go that way. Meat doesn't know how to pick locks. That's one big downside of Meat. Meat does not know how to pick locks. He doesn't know how to hack computers. He's not knowledgeable in any of these things. So it's gonna suck when you come across that stuff. But being a character who fights his way through a lot of people that he normally that most people don't have to normally fight, he finds the keys to things very easily. So he doesn't get a lot of barriers put in front of him. Minor inconveniences, but no barriers. The only ones that suck are ones like these, the ones that don't have keys. But there's not much that Meat requires either. That quick loading. Ancient games. Well, I guess New Vegas isn't that ancient. It's an older game. It's an older code, but it checks out. But everything just loads so quickly on older games. I love it. Like, just right through a door. Boom. And even if the loading screen does pop up, it's only just for a few seconds, and then that's it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and eat. Now, there's going to be a part of me that's going to think about some of this, because there are certain meats that give me bonuses. And Meat would memorize these things. Cram is technically meat in a can, right? Like, it's is supposed to be like spam, so technically yes, cram would be meat. Gecko steak. That's a good healing source. And it doesn't have any secondary stats on it that I'd be missing if I eat it. Meat does still drink, so purified water will be a hugely beneficial healing item to him. Another good thing is about this character, he's going to have a lot of caps, so when he does trade for food, he's going to be just bringing in the caps and the meat and stuff. And he'll trade off all the weapons and stuff. He's just going to throw his weapons at the vendors and be like, meat no use. Meat? What? Meat. Meat. But, yeah, this is going to be Fallout New Vegas with meat. Like I said, it's going to be heavily melee combat, and there's going to be a lot of characters that normally wouldn't die in an average playthrough that are going to die. So, thank you so much for joining me for part 1 of Fallout New Vegas Meat Edition, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and again, I see you guys in the next video.